one who knows nothing can understand nothing. Plunge deeper into the darkness, and your heart will grow even stronger.
Good tidings, everybody. Welcome to the Ansem Report podcast. This is episode number 129 of the longest-running Kingdom Hearts podcast on the internet. In the infinite galaxies and metaverses and everything that Marvel's trying to fill our heads with, we are the only one that's the longest running. I just want everybody to know that. I'm Mike, and normally I'd say with me as always is my brother Jason, but Jason's actually feeling a little bit under the weather from getting his vaccine. And so today I have a very special guest host. You know him and love him. Kingdom Hearts 1 stand to the end. Yeah, maybe not love, but you know him. YouTube's own regular Pat. Pat, welcome to the show.
Hello, it's me. I wanted to do the Jason Deep voice. That's all I wanted. This whole podcast. That's all I wanted was the Jason Deep voice, and I was robbed of it. So,
I'm sure
I'm happy to
do it
be
for
here
you next week.
Yeah, I mean, now I'm guaranteed a third spot, right? Because, I really got screwed out of this one.
Yeah, and actually, I want to say thank you to you for filling in on such short notice.
Yeah, of course.
We didn't know Jason was going to have, he's really, he's in the fetal position right now in his bed.
It kicked my ass.
Yeah.
I got the second one killed me. But I also, it's not actually the vaccine that has him down. I actually snuck in and injected him with both 5G and a serum to make him more comprehensible and woke. So that's actually what he's feeling right now.
So this was all a ploy.
Yeah.
You knew I'd let you co-host the podcast.
Right.
So that happened. Yeah.
Because now I'm guaranteed the triple crown. So it was all part of my plot.
Does that guarantee it, though?
I think so. I mean, I think I have the right to publicly complain in your Discord that, I really got robbed of the full SpikeGhetti experience.
That's true. That is true. All right. We'll give you that. We'll give you that. Yeah, so far I think only Bio has done 3.
Did he get the triple?
Because he did... Okay. He did his first episode, and then him and Tatsu did a joint one.
Right,
and then most recently, or last week, he was on again, so...
Yeah, I want to talk about that, actually.
Do you really? Okay, let me have it.
Yeah. Well, you know that I have my list of redacted grievances against this institution, if you could call it that.
My legal team's aware, at least, yeah.
Okay, good. Tatsu, basically? That's your legal team?
Yeah, if Tatsu's my legal team, I'm in trouble.
right. Well, let's just, I don't even know if I should go chronological or reverse chronological because there's so much to cover here. You know this. I was supposed to be the guest last week until you realized that Bio was available and then you ghosted me.
Not what happened.
That's real. I'm reading the room and that seems like what happened, Mike. So, go ahead and explain that one before I move on.
No, what happened was we hadn't done guests for a few episodes, at least 10. Because we just
because how do you top this? Because that was the last time
you were before Bio, you were the last one to be on.
That's right.
And it was because we were so busy. My work in particular gets really busy in the summer. I reached out to you and Bio simultaneously. Because in my head, I'm like, hey, you know what? Even if they both say they could do this week, we could bank a couple episodes. We can.
Yeah.
And then what happened was. You gave me a time period, and it didn't work for that week.
Oh, okay.
But instead of replying to you, I just ghosted you.
You ghosted me. Yeah. Well, at least you can fucking admit to that because, that was, I was left in the cold. Because let me just say, and I'm just gonna out you here. He curls up into my DMs, right? And he's like, Pat, man, it's been so long since you've been on. It's crazy. It was March, and I said, Mike, cut the fucking foreplay. When's the next episode? I don't want to do the BS. Just get right to it. And then I say when it can work, and then he's like, okay, and then it's Ghost City. But okay. I think you passed the speech check. I'll buy it.
I think most people that know me would know that I'm horrendously bad at responding.
I do it too.
People.
So I'm talking out of my ass here. I do the same thing. So
somehow Jason's worse, but I'm horrendously bad at it.
Yeah.
So if you want to get a hold of the SpikeGhetti Bros, I'm the one to contact, but I'm not promising anything.
God, that's rough. Okay.
Yeah,
okay. Well,
exactly.
I'll keep that in mind. But Jesus. Okay. All right. Let's move on. This is really inside baseball here.
Next
but,
grievance. Let me have it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's just spend another 10 minutes on this. Let's see. Well, not a single one of my demands from my last podcast appearance were met. If you secretly think all the people that I suggested for guest interviews are actually dickheads, you can cut this out of the podcast. Gonna give you a little extra work if that's what you think. But
that's not
I had
a
list of people. No, okay. Let's just set the record straight. Okay. Because, if I gave you triple the amount of time I gave you for those interviews, you still wouldn't have met the deadline.
For posterity's sake, can you remind the people of the list?
So I wanted Keynote and David Russell.
Okay.
David Russell of Project Estati. He hates when I credential him that way, but you gotta flex it. You gotta throw that around a little bit. I think I'll do it for him if he doesn't want to.
Do you want to know something funny?
Yeah, go ahead.
I know Project Estati, obviously. If you're in the Kingdom Hearts community, you know. But I didn't realize I actually was made aware of David through something else first, and this is really funny. There's a YouTuber named Family Jules, formerly Family Jules 7X, and he does video game covers. Okay, and he's pretty. He's got hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and he's pretty well known for it. And he did a Mario medley, basically, where he included, I think it's like 50 other music content creators, and David is in it.
Oh, okay.
And
interesting.
So I remember, I don't remember what song he plays now, but he plays a song on piano. And then I remember seeing him for the March Caprice thing, and I went, "Wait, that's the guy from the Mario video."
That's the guy. Yeah, that's what he's most famous for.
That's what he's most famous for. His Family Jules Mario video.
Yeah.
But then I was like, then I connected the dots and went, "I am a fucking idiot."
Yeah. No, I mean it's fine. Listen, because like I said, he doesn't throw it around a lot, so I have to do it for him. But
very very humble man, very very nice man.
Yeah, very humble man, very skilled, very talented.
Yes.
He has this, so like he's known mostly for that, but he's also doing like this music retrospective on the channel called Green Requiem, which is like going through each game in the series and really deep diving on like the musical components of the game. So he's like up to, I think he's working on the Union Cross one right now. So he's getting there, but it's a real good listen. And then Keynote was the other one. He's, the Sound Ideas podcast.
Yep.
He's at the helm of that. And he was one of the minds behind March Caprice.
Yes. And
Novayon. I mean, Novayon's kind of steering away from KH exclusive stuff, but he's still like, he's a staple right now, I think. I mean, he's a rising star. So aren't we all, though? Aren't we all?
This is like your rising stars of Kingdom Hearts content segment. I like this. Okay. All right.
And he should have Ava on again, because she's great.
Of course, I love Ava.
I don't know what you're waiting for on that one either. But
okay, so last time Ava was on,
I
felt like we did her a disservice because there were some audio issues, and she told a really funny joke, and we both missed it, and Jason told his own joke, and then we laughed, and so I'm a little embarrassed, to be honest, because I love Ava and I think she's great.
Stepped on our joke.
Yeah, I know. I apologize to her I was editing the podcast and I heard it. Because I had, I had her audio instead of the janky Discord audio, and I was like, like my heart dropped, and I was like, I need to. It was like 3 a.m, and I messaged her on Discord. I said, "Hey, I know it's 3 a.m, but I really want to apologize for stepping on your Zen this man boobs joke. I'm very upset." And she, to her credit, she's wonderful. She's great. She was just like, "Oh no, I thought it was weird that you guys didn't laugh." And we were like, "Yeah, we're assholes." Yeah.
I mean, she secretly has her list of grievances, I'm sure, but she's playing it safe right now. But she'll be back with her list, I'm sure.
I love that this is what having guests on the podcast has become, just people coming on and just telling me how much I suck.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, someone's got to keep you guys in check. There's no checks and balances here on YouTube, so we have to check each other.
Exactly. All right, what's next? Lay it on me.
Okay. Well, and this one is a little ticky tack here, a little personal, but like I think I've earned a slot on the besties section on the SpikeGhetti Bros YouTube channel. I mean, what do I have to do to get on the besties section?
Hold on, I will go do it right now. Here we go.
All right, because and this is a general grievance, and this goes for Twitch as well, because if you go to my Twitch and you see all the people that I suggest, hey, check out these folks when I'm not streaming, none of those fuckers feature me back. So it's like, what do I gotta do to worm myself into this fucking gate-kept community to get a little bit of love out here?
I don't even remember how to do this.
Yeah, well, that's convenient for you, I guess.
Okay, here
so
we go.
You work on that.
I'm there right now.
Okay. Okay.
Let's see.
This is great podcasting.
Regular Pat.
Make it happen, Mike.
I'm doing it right now.
Okay.
And dude, I'll tell you what. I'll move you right in front of the Super SpikeGhetti VODs. The channel.
I don't need to be out of the VODs.
The channel that I never update.
Because listen, I'm familiar with this function on the channel, and like there's you can fit like 5 on one, and then you got to scroll to get the next. You can even put me on the second half where you got to scroll. You don't even need to have my face on the front page, but like I need to be.
I want you to know I put you front and center.
All right, and I mean I expect that to be held in perpetuity, regardless of whatever happens. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, I think you booted someone off the list.
Mike.
I think you.
Good.
Oh, Tatsu got booted off the list.
Oh, I mean, I don't feel good about that.
He never uploads. It's fine.
Okay.
He's just a Twitch guy now. He doesn't upload.
Gotcha. Well, that's the inevitable.
He doesn't
heat
listen
death for all
anyway.
of
He'll
us.
never hear it.
Yeah. Well, he missed the challenge, right? The one time you guys issued the challenge.
Yeah, someone had to tell him that we challenged him.
Yeah, you hate that.
It was pretty.
See, I know I
embarrassing for
have to.
him.
Like, you basically, I'm strong-armed into listening because I know if anything gets mentioned, I'm going to hear about it.
You get
through a
mentioned
second
literally
source.
every week.
Right. And yeah, I'll get to that. That's at the end of my list. Second to last thing here is get rid of the I'm meme he said. Oh wait, that's an old one. Okay, you already got rid of that.
We already did that.
Okay, yeah. Okay, perfect.
Could have used that note a couple weeks sooner.
Yeah,
Pat.
no, that needed to go. That's good that it's gone.
Yeah.
Okay. And then what else are we doing here? I think that's it. I mean, yeah, to go back to that, like I don't even mind the griefing every week because that's like free publicity, you know? But you got to be careful because like some people think you mean it and they're very protective of me, you know? Because people are in the comments or on your Discord acting like, oh, guys, did you mean that about regular Pat? Like,
yeah,
I think
that's true.
Not that bad.
I think
So you might have to do a bumper at the beginning just to let them know.
Just if we say anything bad about regular Pat, just know that it's all in fun and jest.
Right, yeah.
You know, if you're listening to this podcast right now and you think we hate regular Pat, you're absolutely right. He sucks.
Yeah, no, and I hate Mike, and I think we're gonna have to coast this episode out together. But
yeah. we're gonna have to make it work, even though we hate it. It's like one of those,
one of
those
it's a buddy cop sort of thing.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
exactly.
look
See,
at us.
and now I think we might have to be buddy cops together because we both went to that same punchline.
That was the moment where we decided we need each other to get through.
Right,
this.
it's like we both put our hands in the popcorn at the same time at the movie theater.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
yep.
There you go.
We ate the spaghetti and met in the middle.
Yeah, beautiful.
I might have nuzzled the meatball towards you.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Which
that's so kind. That's such a gentleman.
I know. I do what I can. All right, is that it for your?
Yeah, but yeah, believe it or not, I've worked through my long list of disagreements. But in all seriousness, you know, I'm very excited to be back. I relish the opportunity to force myself onto the airwaves. I have a feeling my second appearance on the podcast is going to be a lot like the second Kingdom Hearts game. Not as good as the first one, Mike.
Oh, I thought you were going to say comprehensible and woke.
Oh, no. I mean, I could only dream. I could only hope to reach that.
Yeah, I don't think we have the amount of cereal consumption needed.
No.
To
I
have
have
a
no cereal on
comprehensible
hand.
and woke podcast.
Yeah. No, maybe next time.
I know this podcast started a little different. If you're a
yeah, no, just like 20
listener.
minutes of inside baseball.
Yeah.
Just like fucking, you really got to be a deep cut
But
fan to understand.
If I don't let certain people say what they need to say, they get all
Right.
whiny and weird.
Yeah, and they make a list and they tweet. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's weird.
I get
Not
it, I
you,
get it.
Pat. Not you. Other
No,
people.
obviously, I'm infallible. Yeah,
Right,
Okay.
exactly. Dude, congratulations on 20,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Yeah,
man.
baby, that was yesterday.
That's
Yeah,
incredible,
that's
man.
a recent development. Yeah, well, you guys said last time you're a regular Pat, so I'm fucking sticking to that mantra. Like that's the team I'm playing for right now. You're a regular Pat.
Love it.
Let's go. Yeah.
Do you remember what you were at last time you were on? Because that was in March.
Oh yeah, I want to say because that was like right before March Caprice, so in my head that sounded like 13 or 14.
Yeah.
So
That sounds right to me too, man. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
And 2
Thank
years
you.
of the channel.
Yes, yeah, that was last week. That was about a week and a day ago. Today, I started out with that Pokemon video. That's what I'm known for. That cutting Pokemon
My
commentary.
favorite
and
video
here I
of
am.
yours, honestly.
Yeah, yeah, that's a deep cut right there. That's the B-side for regular Pat. That's like,
It has a really good thumbnail.
thank you. Yeah, that's an MS Paint thumbnail. That's Dr. Phil talking to the legendary birds. You know, classic.
Yeah, it's very good. But
Thank you.
you unfortunately have moved on to Kingdom Hearts content since then.
Yeah, I
and-
really had to start pandering.
Yeah, no kidding.
You know what's wild is that I've had a couple comments now that tell me like I liked your old content better, Pat. Like I'm on fucking year 2. Like that was like year and a half when I got my first. Like your old stuff was better. Well, you fucking can't please these people.
So what do they mean? Like the things you don't know about Kingdom Hearts? Is that what they want?
I mean, I don't know. Do you want me to go back to fucking Movie Maker and do my screen wipe transitions again? Because I mean that sounds bad. I don't want to do that again. It's just crazy. Like you're always going to find people
charm
who are
about it, man. That they
yeah.
miss.
Oh yeah, it's very homemade. Yeah.
Yeah, I every once in a while, Jason and I will get someone that's like, yeah, I used to watch you guys on YouTube, and I'm like, no, you didn't.
Yeah, you fucking phony.
No, you fucking didn't.
Where are the receipts? I want the receipts. Give me the Wayback Machine.
Show me one view on any of our videos.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's funny. I hear a lot of people say that. Like, Bio has said that before too. That I mean, he hasn't really changed a ton of his content. Like, he's still doing the breakdowns and stuff. But,
right. Yeah.
He's obviously
he peppers in some other stuff now. Yeah.
Right, and people are like, I miss old Bio Roxas, and it's like, that's crazy. Like, we haven't been doing this that long to where people.
Right. See, it's two things. It's like we've been here for like a microsecond, and also like it's the same shit, and it's only getting better, basically. Right. Like I think everybody gets better, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, this isn't like a band's first album and like they changed their musical style.
Yeah, I miss Dookie by Green Day. How come they want to do Dookie again? This is ridiculous.
Pat's still churning out the same old songs, okay? They're just better.
Yeah, that's right.
Speaking of your videos, dude, I really enjoyed your 2 years of regular Pat video.
Yeah,
also
that was
known
a very
as My Story So Far.
Yeah, that was different.
You kind of opened yourself up a little bit to.
I did.
Everybody.
I mean,
how'd you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, I sat on it for like, God, I think 3 weeks because like I knew if I didn't record it like ahead of time, I would like chicken out and not post it.
Right.
But I was feeling like super pensive one day, and I think I just had like a good stream or something, or like a video did really well, and I was like just feeling very honest and thankful for everything. And so I probably recorded that, first or second week of August. And I just like I would have to go back and watch it every couple of days just to make sure that, because I don't know, there's a couple routes where something like that can go, where it's like, you tear down your little persona or facade a little bit, and then, people view you differently or think they got to treat you with kid gloves or whatever. And that's,
right.
By no means do I want that. But I also think it's important, especially, when you're probably talking to a decent amount of younger people who are watching the content, that because I know for me, like talking about shit that I'm going through always helps, and hearing other people talk about it makes me feel like it's not that huge of a deal, or not that alienating, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It just felt like the right thing to do just for me, I guess. And yeah, I mean, I think I probably could have gone a little shorter and sweeter because it's a long one, but I just, it's a story so far. So is fucking Kingdom Hearts. It's a multi-game saga you got to sit through to get all the good bits. So
no, dude, I don't think it went long at all. I actually thought you walked a fine line between oversharing
right,
and like actually sharing your journey with people and not be too
because
guarded,
you know. Right. I don't want to get into the gory details. And it really wasn't like there are people out there, and I say it in the video, like people have, been through worse. And I really it's hard to even say I've been through anything. It's just that like, and I think that's what a lot of people feel. It's like, oh man, I'm like, mentally not doing so great. I'm just in a slump or whatever. And they think that, because people out there have it way worse, they can't open up or talk about that or seek help for it or anything. But, I think that's kind of a bullshit thing that's got to be squashed. And I think that's, as time goes on, I think people become more open to that kind of conversation.
Yeah, I mean, just life in general's going through it, right? It's going through something. Now, I try to be a really positive person, and I try my best to see, what's good. It's not just what's bad, what's good, but like it's still we're all going through different things, and sometimes they're hard things, and it doesn't just because somebody else had it harder doesn't invalidate.
Right.
What you're going through or what you did to get to the certain point. And I think you should be proud of what you've done, man. I think it's amazing.
Well, thank you.
Of course.
Thank you, Mike. It's easier to see the bad stuff. It's easier to hate the game than to like the game. I think it takes a lot more energy to find, the good side of things. And sometimes it's not possible. Sometimes you're just, any way you shake it, it's fucking shitty. But if you can, power of positive thinking. That's some like fucking Tony Robbins bullshit. I don't even like that, but that's where we landed on this.
I agree that it is like saying it that way and going, oh, you got to think positive.
Yeah,
like,
right, that is
bullshit,
not a cure-all. Yeah, it's not a cure-all to just think positively, but I encourage
that. Like when I'm struggling with something, it does help me to try and look at something that's good in my life and go, hey, that's cool. And so I would encourage people to do that, but at the same time, hey man, we're all going through it. We're all struggling.
That's right. Yeah, this past
people
year
that think they got it figured out, dude, they do not.
No, none of us do. Absolutely not.
Anyway,
no way.
Some little a
little bit of philosophy there for you on a Friday morning
with regular Pat. Another video you made recently, dude.
Yeah.
That I really enjoyed is how Disney worlds contribute to the Kingdom Hearts story or don't. And let me say, before I let you talk on it,
yeah,
when I watched this video, I was expecting what the typical conversation about this stuff is.
Yeah.
And you really, I think I mentioned this on the podcast a couple weeks ago.
You did, yeah.
But you really broke it down to a point where people don't. People just tend to go, well, the pacing's bad. And then you go, wait, why is it? And because they don't do all the Disney stuff first, and then don't do the other stuff. And it's like that's not always entirely true. And I really enjoyed how you broke it down in this video. What inspired you to make this video in the first place?
Fucking years of Reddit. That's what inspired me. Just like reading the same inane bullshit take that is just like purposefully obfuscating your perception of one of these games, because, and it goes for all three of the games, but it's like, if you're, my whole point was like, you got to be consistent with the criticism, right? Like if you don't like how 2 does it, then you're probably not going to like how 3 does it as much. But I don't know. I think people, and I think a lot of people like played all the games as a kid and maybe like dabble in it nowadays. But like I'm playing these fucking games like every day for one reason or another. And like I had to sit through all these campaigns recently for one video or another. And I made sure to take note and look at all this stuff, because in my head, when I first played the games as a kid, like I thought Cage 2 was like this fucking pinnacle of video game.
Yep.
It was like, it could do no wrong, and it was my favorite the longest time until the remixes came out and I played the first game again, and my entire perspective on it switched. And I'm not saying you're wrong if you like Cage 2 the best, because you might like it for reasons, or I don't value that thing that you like as much as you do. That's fine. But it's just like, if you're taking issue with how 3 does it, surely you've got to be taking issue with how 2 does that specific part of the game.
Right.
It's really like the pacing conversation for me, and like the whole conversation of filler. I think that the F word, that and the other F word is floaty, that gets thrown around so much in this community.
How dare you?
Sorry to say a slur on the podcast, but you might want to cut that.
I might have to. I might have to bleep you out.
Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, I'm glad you liked it, because it really was like just, a Rage Against the Machine moment for me. Like I was like, I got to get this all out. This has been bothering me for years, how people say this about these games.
Yeah, I think it's a really important video, man. Honestly, I think if you're a Kingdom Hearts fan in any stretch, you should go watch it. I'm curious though, did you get pushback on it at all?
I did. Well, I know you guys, because you guys did talk about it on that I think it was 2 episodes ago, 2 or 3. Favorite part of the episode for me, by the way. I love that part when you were just like talking at length about how good it was. I loved that. If I could clip that like a Twitch stream, I would. But you guys were saying like, oh, I don't know about the Wonderland or the was that the one that you were talking about with somebody?
I have a disdain for Wonderland in Kingdom Hearts 1. Yeah. That is just
yeah.
It may be unfair, but it's built for me and Jason feel the same way about it. For years and years and years, we just, man, why did out of all the worlds they could have started with on this journey, they say, hey, here's Alice in Wonderland. Yeah,
I say that in a video too. I talk about that, and I think when I ranked the Cage 1 world, it's like that's really what you came out of the gate with. Is like Wonderland. You had Hercules right there, across the street, and that's what you started with.
And Tarzan was real hot. At the time,
that was the newest movie at the time. Yeah.
So it's just so strange that they started with that. But
yeah, you're probably right. I was a little too generous to it. My whole thing was like, oh, it's crazy that like the Alice gets kidnapped and it's like not resolved by the end, and it gets resolved later. But it's just kind of something that you don't see too often. Where like the whole point of the world, it's kind of left on a cliffhanger there. I don't think that happens too often, especially in a Disney world. But I might have been a little too generous. So that's a good pick there for something that I might have been a little too high on.
It was funny because before I watched the video, I was on Twitch, and we have some crossover fans that are big fans of what you do and big fans of what we do, and one of our regulars, Jip214 is his name. Go follow him on Twitch. He's a good dude. He mentioned that criticism before I even watched the video. He said, "Hey man, it's a really good video, but he ranks Wonderland way too high." And I was like, I was like, oh, and then I watched it and I was like, wow, Jip was right. And I don't normally agree with Jip. I'm normally like, Jip, you suck. I don't agree with you. But I was like, I don't know about way too high, but higher than I would have done it. But like I said, I might be colored a little bit by my experience of not liking.
But all that matters is that every other thing I said was right.
Yeah. Just hit it out of the park, man. It's a great video.
Thank you.
I know this is going to be your favorite part again, but everybody should go watch it. Please go watch it. I think it's a very important video for the Kingdom Hearts community to see, because to your point earlier, a lot of people just kind of go Kingdom Hearts 2.
It's talking generalities, yeah.
It has the best pacing, and then they haven't played it in 10 years, and then they go play it, and they go, oh, wait a minute.
It's a 10 out of 10 if you skip all the cutscenes. Yeah.
I mean,
so
that's sad that's the case. You're absolutely right.
Now we're both going to get grieved. You know how this is a dangerous game that we're playing here.
Hey, this is what we do though. We play with fire here on the Ansem Report podcast.
That's right.
Any day, big HMK and big KH could come down on us.
And fat cats, you mean?
The fat cats the fat cats of Big KH could come down on us and smite us any day.
Gotta be careful.
We've been playing too close to the sun for too long.
That's right.
Pat.
Yeah.
How did you not see that Kyrie was smacking Sora in the head, dude?
Oh my god. Okay, like this is ridiculous. Like I honest to God did it. And this so if I were to show you like my analytics, like the every video on the channel, that is the most disliked video, and I mean I get why, but also, and it's not like, I think it's like a 93% overall. Like it's still a great day for Patty.
I'm looking at it right now. It's not
deal.
That bad. I've seen worse.
No, it's not that bad, but like compared to everything else I've done, it's the worst, reception wise in terms of dislikes. Legitimately, and God, I could fucking Mike, you've got me on like the worst train right now. This is like the ghost train times 2. I'm about to fucking die here, but like I went my whole life, right, thinking that Sora, when he goes, and let's just reset for everybody, because this is a lot of regular Pat, again, inside baseball here. So I made a video where I talk about the very first, not the first, but like the first scene in Destiny Islands in KH1, where Sora wakes up, sorry, you lazy bum, da-da-da-da. He's talking to Kyrie, and he goes, no, this huge black thing swallowed me up. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't. Ow. And then she goes, are you still dreaming? That scene, right? Mm-hmm. I thought he was experiencing, like, I don't know what you want to call it, a fucking aftershock or like a hypnic jerk, like when you're like falling asleep and you wake up suddenly, like something like that, or like he's still fighting Darkseid or the shadows in his head. And I know it sounds bonkers if you already know that she just smacks him across the head, but I never noticed the hand as a kid. I was always looking at the subtitles because like that was probably the first game I ever played with subtitles, so I'm like reading that. It's like the opposite side of the screen, and that's just what I thought this whole time. So I made a video like explaining, hey guys, that's what I thought. Actually, it's this. And I wasn't proposing, because some people will watch the video and comment like, actually, you fucking idiot, if you look closely at this, and I'm like, bro, did you not watch this 4-minute video? Did you actually stop halfway through at minute 2.5 and tell me the answer to the video in my own video? Like, that is just like, that's my least favorite part of YouTube right there, like the impatience of it all.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like if you sat through the 4 minutes, you would know that I covered this, Chief. Like, fucking way to go, Sherlock. You picked out the pixels on her hand in the top right corner. No, I also covered that. Thanks so much. And at this point, like, I'm just rude to everybody who comments on that video. If you comment to the contrary on that video, I just go fucking ape on you. Like, you should really sort by new on that sometime, and you'll see, like, every other day, I'm just fucking ripping into somebody because they don't have the patience to sit through 4 minutes.
Let me sort by newest real quick.
Like, yeah, like, maybe Control F, like, view reply from, and you'll probably see me in there, like, oh, wow, that's crazy, dude. It's if you were actually, cognizant enough to continue watching,
She hit his head, ... regular Pat. I am begging you to watch all 4 minutes before commenting.
Yeah. And I know, like, I don't need to be getting this uppity, but it's fun, and it's really cathartic for me to let loose on people who can't sit through 4 minutes.
You can see her hand for a frame or two. She bonked him on the head because she thought he was being a doofus. Case closed. Shouldn't have been open in the first place.
Oh, yeah, that one was so saucy. And then what did I say?
Bro, are you fucking kidding me? I talk about this in the video. Did you watch the whole whopping 4 minutes of content?
And then some people said it was clickbait, which is like the title. And Mike, read the title of the video for the people at home, because I don't have it up, but you have it up.
The title of the video is, sorry, I had to scroll up. The smallest / dumbest detail in KH1 that I never noticed.
All right, let's stress 2 words here. Smallest and I. Those are the 2 key words here, right? I never said the craziest detail in KH1 that you never noticed. If that's what it was called, I'd fucking take the clickbait comments, in stride, because it'd be true. I'd be on some of that fat cat shit trying to cash in, you know what I mean? But I said it's a small thing, a dumb thing that I never noticed. The whole video, I'm taking the piss out of myself, like the whole conceit of it is that I'm like lamenting and laughing at how stupid I was to have not noticed it. And then people are like piling on me for no reason. Why? Like, I did that for you already. It's the fucking 8 Mile strategy. I'm trying to hit myself before you can hit me, and you're hitting me anyway. Like, fuck, my HP is low already. Leave me alone.
This is
I've already
insane.
done it.
I'm reading these comments and just dying. Go away, you're being mean.
Yeah, I think that day I was feeling a little more sensitive. That might have been the day where I recorded the 2-year thing.
Where did you get that clown hat from? A garbage can after some clown died?
Yeah, I don't know what that means. That one flew right over my head. What? Yeah, I have no idea what that is.
Oh, this is so funny.
No, yeah. So yeah, put that in the fucking show notes. Let people check that out. That's funny.
Yeah. Oh man, I will. Damn, bro, good comment.
Did I say that too? I don't even remember at this point. Like, it's fucking every day with these people. And I love most of them to death from a distance, you know?
Well, I kind of, when I asked you, Pat, how did you not see it? As I was memeing, because we've talked about this a little bit before, but it's just so funny how quick people are, you know, dumbass, you didn't see the thing?
Like, way to think the worst of me immediately. Right. Like, what have I done something to you? Do you know me? Like, come on.
Or the people that are like, this doesn't even matter. And it's like, this is Kingdom Hearts, and none of it matters. It's okay.
Right, yeah, let's reset. None of it fucking matters, Chief. God, take an aspirin, lay down.
You could have been like, actually, I believe this leads into Verum-Rex, because you could have like really made this stupid, and instead you were just like, wow, I never noticed before. I wonder if other people have. And to your credit, a lot of people hadn't noticed.
Yeah, no, again, and thank you for bringing that up, because, if you look to the comments, it's like, I don't know if it's 50-50, but it might be like 60-40 with the 40 on my side of like, oh, wow, I actually didn't know that. So fuckers out there, like, you know, so it's a rule of, I don't know what you call that, but some people out there don't know, and you teach them something, and then you got to be over here yelling at me. Just crazy. And if it was clickbait, it would have been 10 minutes, Mike. I would have had some mid-rolls in there.
That's true. You didn't hit the algorithm with this one. Kind of cringe, Pat. What are you doing?
Yeah, kind of cringe. Not very woke. What can I do?
Yeah, dude, it's okay. Something that is woke and comprehensible, actually.
Bro, fucking excellent segue. Go on.
The Wayfinder project.
Yeah, I knew that. Yeah. Okay, let's talk about that.
Yeah, dude. So for people that don't know, did I shout this out last week or not? I don't know if I did. I don't think I did.
It came out after the last episode.
It came out after the last episode. But when I saw it, I said, yo, I got to talk about this on the podcast. But for people who maybe don't know what it is, lay it out for them.
Yeah, so basically, and I put out a little video. It's like 4 or 5 minutes. Again, that's a dangerous length for a video, as we know, as we've just discussed. But if you go and look at that, I kind of lay out that one of the biggest, most annoying issues for me when making content is like trying to find the footage that I want to play like behind my narration, like because I'm talking about, let's say, Neverland. And it's like, oh, the scene where Captain Hook's talking to Riku in the cabin about the princesses. Like, you got to go to theater mode, like scroll around, try to find the right thing from the super unhelpful titles, and then you gotta, I captured off my PS4. Some people rip from YouTube, whatever. Right. Doesn't really matter, but. It's like, fucking minutes uselessly scrolling through and trying to find the right scene that you need, because it's so hard to tell from just the titles, like what it is that you're looking for. So I was like, I'm just going to solve this through this very long project, which is called the Wayfinder project, in which I have this big Google spreadsheet. It's huge nerd hours, and I have every single game. There's a sheet for every game, every single cutscene. And if you Control F the name of a character, of a world, a room in that world, like fucking First District, whatever, or a song even, it'll bring you to every instance where that certain thing appears in the game. So, and I go through examples on the video, but like, for example, if you want to find a scene where all the organization members are talking in KH2, it's in the room called Where Nothing Gathers. You Control F Where Nothing Gathers, you get every single instance, because some of them are crammed at the beginning, some of them are in the middle, some are in the end. You don't really know where they are. You don't want to like go to a YouTube video and scrub through a fucking 5-hour video to try to find the thing. So, that was the whole idea of the project, and I was using it for myself for like a couple of months, just for I had 1 and 2 all cataloged, and then I was like, I think I tweeted it a couple of weeks ago, and the response was really nice, and I was like, oh, I should finish this for all the games. So I just kind of hunkered down, did every single other game besides like the mobile ones, which I might even get to, but that that wasn't my priority.
Right.
So the whole series is done from 1 up to Melody of Memory. and it's available for everybody. So the spreadsheet is under that video in the description. Hopefully it's useful to people. It's been super useful for me, so I have to imagine that anyone making content can at least get some mileage out of it.
Yeah, I think this honestly, I mean, I was just reading some comments while you were talking there too. I think it will absolutely push some people to make content that maybe they were struggling with that part of it, or they were nervous to do that part of it because they didn't have, it's tough. I mean, as someone who's tried to make more long form like content where I would need, different footage and stuff. It's tough. It's you sit there and you record it and then you go, and then maybe you don't have time to work on it after you record it. So then the next the next time you work on it, it's a week later, and you go, wait, what do I have? Do I have everything I need? So it's that being able to find that quickly. You still got to do the work. You still got to record it. You know what I mean? But being able to find that quickly is a godsend, dude. And whoever, you have one dislike on this video, and whoever did that is a fucking idiot.
Yeah, probably somebody out there who was like, actually, it's Kyrie who hits him. It was probably a carryover from that, and you can't really do anything about that. But I hope so. Because like you said, sometimes you're writing something, and then when you get into the editing process, you're like, why the fuck did I say that in the script? Because now I got to go grab footage of this bullshit that I know I don't have. Like I'll reference some obscure bullshit that I need like a fresh playthrough to get, and I'll have to like play through half a game for like a 5-second clip that no one's gonna watch because they're scrolling through Twitter or Reddit as my video plays in another tab. But like that's called dedication, baby, to the craft.
The details,
do it for you.
They're important.
Yeah,
they're important, man. No, that's I will mention right now too, guys, is regular Pat did this all for free.
Yeah,
he did it for free. No one paid him or anything. But if you want to show regular Pat some love, he does have a Patreon.
Yeah, that's right, Mike. And I forgot to plug it last time, but thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah. So if you like what regular Pat's doing, even if the Wayfinder thing doesn't help you, which not everybody's a content creator, but Pat is making some awesome videos monthly, daily, weekly, maybe not daily. Daily's kind of
Well, if I get to that point, that's how you know that I'm a fat cat. So.
Yeah, that's how you know he's become one of the big KH's fat cats.
Right. I'm a mid cat right now. I think I'm trying to stay in that soft mid cat area,
dude, like a Garfield type.
Yeah, right. I hate Mondays, love lasagna. Dude, don't do clickbait.
Me too.
The big three.
But if you, the link is in the description if you're on YouTube or actually any podcasting stuff, I'll have the link in there. Go check out his Patreon.
Thank you. You get some benefits.
He's got some benefits that are really cool. I'm not going to go over them in detail. But this man's got 61 patrons, and that is
it's crazy.
A large amount, and that he deserves more because he's putting out some really, really good stuff, dude.
Yeah, I am indebted to them all because it truly is not possible without them. And I talk about that in that 2-year anniversary video a bit, but it's like I'm basically like choosing to kind of live on a poverty budget to do what I want right now, and I like it. Like I'm not making a ton from this,
right?
But I would rather be happy and scraping by than fucking set and miserable.
Are you? This might be too personal of a question, and I can cut it if you want me to. But are you not working at all right now?
Well, this is the hustle for me right now.
But I'm saying you don't have like a regular, quote unquote, regular job.
No, well, it's very regular. I'll tell you that much. But it's not like it's not a 9 to 5. I was working for the government, towards the end of 2020, and then I think I quit in February. I just like, and I talk about that in the video. Like I know it's not the super responsible choice. But it's just, it felt right. I felt the momentum there. And I don't know if it's gonna, it's not super realistic, right? But like, it's just one of those things where I think I was gonna regret it if I didn't go for it.
Definitely,
I have the pillars of YouTube and Twitch and Patreon. And Patreon's really the big one. That's really the most consistent and reliable thing. And like I said, I'm not trying to have caviar parties with the fat cats. I just want to like make this the job and make it the main hustle and do it for as long as possible. Dude. And if it's getting dicey, I'll go fucking work at a grocery store, and I'll do both.
pick up some part-time work, but
exactly.
We don't want Pat to do that. So like I said, guys,
please don't send me back to the Social Security Administration. I fucking hated that.
If you're feeling generous and you want to help Pat out, dude, go check out his Patreon or he streams on Twitch as well.
Yeah, but but let's just clarify. I prefer the Patreon because I get more of a cut of that. So
Twitch is a little
greedy. A little greedy.
Yeah, I mean,
they got Treasure Magnet equipped 3 times, I think.
Yeah,
because they're getting 50%. That's fucking nuts. Can we talk about that?
Yeah,
I mean,
it's pretty crazy.
You guys are affiliate, right?
Yeah, I mean, for affiliates they do 50%, but if you get partnered, you get a bigger cut. But
you get screwed a little less. Yeah.
How hard is it to get partner. You know what I mean,
bro? Yeah, I mean, I don't even look at it, to be honest, because I know it's so far off. But like, you know, I'm pulling in because you got to get what 75 average a stream. That's fucking nuts. You know, I mean, that's tough. So
it's pretty tough because it's you know, we average in the mid to high 20s depending on what we're streaming, and you know, I've seen people like you have, you know, 100 in a stream, but then some streams...
Yeah, but that's after a violin raid, you know? That's after, like...
It really depends on what you're playing, too. Like, when you're playing Spyro the Dragon or whatever, you're not going to pull what you do when you play Kingdom Hearts.
And it sucks because it's like Twitch wants it both ways. They want you to stream all the time, right? And they want you to, you know, have fresh content for people. But if you diversify a little bit, then you're not going to pull in the views because, like, the Kingdom Hearts guy doing non-Kingdom Hearts stuff, I'm not even holding it against anybody. Like, I probably wouldn't check it out as readily. So it's like, you know, what are you to do there? You can only just, you know, gradually build up people who are there for you and not for the game. That's really the end goal, I guess. Yeah,
and that we talked about that with Bio last week for quite a bit because he has kind of built up FF14 a little more, but it's still not to his Kingdom Hearts stuff, you know. So it's just,
and that should be expected for all of us. Yeah.
So anyway, Patreon. That's the way to the way to support regular Pat. If you
there you go.
I've had a lot of people ask us before too, like, what's the best way to support you guys, like, financially? And it's like, you know, I don't. We've actually had a lot of people ask us when we're starting a Patreon, and for me, it's tough because if I was going to do something like that, I'd want to have the time to make sure it's worth it to somebody.
Right. Yeah.
And right now, with what I do for a living, it's not. And so
I mean. And we can talk shop about this after if you'd prefer, because I mean, I have a little bit of insight on it in terms of like setting up, you know, the benefits and everything. But I really do think at the end of the day, most people, I would say like 80% of the people don't really care about the incentives and everything. And they really just want to, you know, throw some support your way. I mean, that's at least anecdotally what I've heard from people who are helping me out right now, is that like, you know, they're like, Pat, you could like not do any of that and I'd still chip in because like it's about making the content that like you're doing anyway and making sure you can keep doing it. The other stuff is like, you know, I do like an exclusive little video that's not even Kingdom Hearts related once a month. You know, I do game nights with my patrons once a week. And that's basically like the main draws there. And they get the videos a day early if it's a big one. Gotcha. But like, you know, I think it's something where it really can't hurt, I don't think. Like, it might be embarrassing if you don't get a ton like immediately, but it can only go up, you know. So I don't know. I say consider it, but... we can talk shop about it later.
Yeah, for sure. No,
very boring for people, I think.
I appreciate your insight on it, though. As you know, someone whose content and as a person I respect greatly, you know.
Thank you, Mike.
It's good to hear that from you.
Yeah, bits and griefing aside, it's all love.
Yeah, okay. And I just want to address this because we talked about it a little bit earlier. If you guys really think we're really griefing Pat, like, I want you to like you said earlier, take some aspirin, lie down, think about it for a minute, you know?
Really concentrate. Like I am often the first person to listen to this podcast. It goes both ways, you know, and I've been on the record, like, I really don't listen or watch to a bunch of Kingdom Hearts shit because as we just discussed, like, this is what I do, right? So when I'm not on the clock editing or scripting or streaming Kingdom Hearts, like, I kind of want to step away from it a little bit, but this is something that I'm checking into as often as I can now. And I'll be up because the way I work, I'll be like going to bed around, you know, 6, 7, and that's when the episode's dropping. I'm there, you know, I'm hitting the first thumb up. You know what, Mike, actually, some of these so-called superstars that are referenced in that one review that really started the grief train, I see them commenting. I don't see their thumbs on the thumb up bar. So I mean, maybe check in with them, because if they're so-called superstars, I'm the one showing up at 6, 7 a.m. and hitting the fucking thumb.
Well, wait, Pat, did you leave a review on Apple Podcasts though?
No, because that's like a fucking that's like a Schrodinger's Pat. Like, what, you know, because it's me, but I'm also supposed to insult myself. Like, what do I do there? I mean, I'm really in a rock and a hard place on that one.
Yeah, could you actually do one where you just absolutely destroy yourself?
I'll type it up. I'll do it right after this.
The whole thing is just you saying, "Yeah, wash your hat, buddy." Like,
yeah, I don't know what that means, but like, I would probably talk about the Kyrie hitting Sora thing at length, all the clickbait that I've done, all of that. I would just really tear into that fucking hack.
Yeah, I want you to know we got 2 reviews this week, and neither of them mention you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if I'm flattered or annoyed.
Right. But, I didn't want to read them to you because I was like, you know, if they said Pat and I'm sure
that's a different story.
But This one says Mike and Jason are amazing hosts, and I don't want, we'll wait for Jason to be back on the show.
Yeah, let
makes
them.
sense
Yeah,
to me.
you want to bask in that together, brotherly success. Yeah.
Anyway, Pat, I think it's probably a good time for us to take a quick break.
Yeah, actually, I got to turn my AC on. I'm dying in here, Mike, because I want the podcast because I got my fan running. I was like, I want this to be a nice, auditorily pleasant experience for the listeners. So, I got
Pat,
to cool this place
I know
off
how
a
to
bit.
edit audio, right?
Yeah, well, I don't want to cause any work for you, Mike, any extra work. Because I'm considerate in that way. But
I appreciate
I understand.
that.
Yeah.
But we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, Pat is actually going to help me with the question of the week, guys.
Yeah,
it's
baby.
a first. Someone else besides Jason doing the question of the week. It's never happened before.
Oh, really?
Yeah, never.
Oh, wait, yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, I gotcha.
Never.
Okay. Gotcha.
Welcome back to the Ansem Report podcast. I'm here, of course, with my very special guest co-host, regular Pat. Pat, thank you for
Still
joining
alive.
me again.
Yep, I am raring to go for the Q of the D. That's what you guys call it, right? No, Q of the W.
Yeah,
right?
D. What?
I thought it was of the day, but that'd be 7 podcasts a week. Q of the D is an entirely different thing. That's for my $75 patrons.
Yeah,
Move
Q
on.
of the D. That's I don't even know what that is. Anyway,
Yeah, let's go.
Question of the week. Oh yeah. Thank you to our good friend Afroxis for that really sick question of the week.
So good.
Plug. It's super good. He's
Lovely.
like a actual artist. Do you know that?
Yeah. I mean, aren't we all? But that especially.
Well, he's got a Spotify, and he's got like thousands of monthly listeners and stuff. He's an actual
shit.
DJ, dude. He's really good.
And you got him for the Ansem Report
Exactly.
podcast.
We only have the best around here. We only have the best.
Well,
And Pat. Anyway,
Yeah.
this week's question of the D is from Nick. He says, if Square Enix and Disney agreed to let another single franchise into the universe and you were the deciding vote, who are you picking? No blanket answers. Example, all Nintendo franchises. Acceptable answer, Splatoon. Doesn't have to be a video game. It can be a book, TV show, movie series, etc.
right.
And so,
Interesting.
yeah, very interesting question. It's similar to a question we've done maybe, 50 episodes ago, but
Right.
it's nice to revisit this stuff when you're the longest running Kingdom Hearts podcast.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, people, how long do their memories stretch back,
Yeah, exactly.
It's fine.
Exactly. Most of these people weren't even here for episode 50.
Right, some of them weren't even born, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be weird, but
Yeah.
possibly.
I don't know. I've seen mothers have the headphones on their pregnant bellies, and they're making sure their kids get started early on the Ansem Report.
Actually, shout out to baby Luca, who is the first Ansem Report podcast community baby.
Whoa! Tell me more.
Our good friends Corn and Frank had a child within the time that we've done the podcast, and
How about that?
Luca's a big fan.
Isn't it crazy? Don't you take a little bit of credit for that, for like bringing them together in a way?
Luca's middle name is SpikeGhetti, so
Oh,
yes,
God,
I
that makes
do.
a lot of sense. That makes a ton of sense.
Yeah.
I've had a couple of people in my Discord become, into relations with each other, which is crazy.
So like they met in your Discord?
Yeah, like they were, talking on Discord, and then they are dating now. It's weird. It's crazy.
That's nuts.
And I'm kind of offended if I don't get invited to the wedding. I'm not gonna go, but I want to get invited.
He's not gonna go. Just leave him the invite, okay?
Just send me the RSVP thing. I'm not going, but
he
send
might
it to me.
give you a wedding gift though.
And I do want to be godchild to their baby. I'm not gonna ever see the child, but I want the godfather status.
Makes sense to me.
So yeah, okay.
Anyway, the question of the week. Orpheus Joshua just says Yeez. Are you familiar with Yeez, Pat?
Is that a Kanye West thing?
No, it's a video game series. And it's
No, tell
terrible.
me more about Yeez.
It's a classic JRPG series that goes all the way back to the 80s. And
Oh wow, I've never heard of that.
They're on Yeez 9, I think, and OJ constantly tries to get us to play it, and we refuse.
Huh.
So
I think it'd be way more interesting if Kanye West was a part of the Kingdom Hearts series.
Yeah.
What do you think? Yeah.
What? I like that you thought it was a Kanye West thing. Yeezy.
Just I heard Yeez, yeah.
Well, when you said it, I was like, wait, why does he think it's? But then it clicked for me. Anyway.
Click on the drop, mate.
Sean_AFK says, I hope you're all excited to take a trip to Roshar to help the Knights Radiant fight the Voidbringers, because the Stormlight Archive is coming to Kingdom Hearts.
Is that, God, I'm really not tapped in, Mike. Is that a Final Fantasy 14 thing? What is happening right now? Tell me more about this.
I love this game of Pat trying to guess what people are talking about.
These people thought I was going to be Jason, and then I would know these things, and they got stuck with this fucking idiot. I have no idea what's going on.
So Sean is very obsessed with books made by Brandon Sanderson.
Okay.
Who Mistborn is I don't know. We'll have to ask Sean. But basically, Stormlight Archive is a set of books by this author that Sean really likes. He has a podcast actually about these books. I've never read them. I don't know if they're good. I don't know. He also added, now that I'm thinking about it, Sora would be a perfect windrunner. Totally fits the whole I will protect those who cannot protect themselves and has the crippling fear of failing the people he loves down to a science. So
damn.
That means something to Sean.
It does. And you know what? And that's all that matters is that it means something to him.
Exactly.
It sounds fucking pog, man. It sounds great.
Sean's going to be, and I know Sean, and he's going to go, man, I wouldn't have wrote that if I would have known regular Pat was going to be on the podcast.
Man, I should say it. Send it again next week, Sean. Send it again next week. I'm really sorry about that.
Mark Creation Studio says Transformers, because what else can save that franchise at this point? You know Transformers, right, Pat?
I do get that one. So Shia LaBeouf party member, I'm guessing that's where we're landing on that? That makes the most sense to me.
I don't know. Shia LaBeouf, isn't he canceled right now? Didn't he do some weird shit?
Is he canceled?
He might be canceled.
I would believe it. I'd believe it very easily.
Yeah.
Is Megan Fox still okay?
I think she's fine.
Okay, so make her Sora, Doll, and Goofy, Megan Fox, the dream.
Wait, isn't Mark Wahlberg the Transformers guy now?
Jesus Christ, is he?
Yeah,
Mark in Transformers?
I think he is.
I love that we're talking about the human actors and not the crime-fighting robots.
No, Optimus Prime, no. I want Marky Mark.
There's no way. I mean, he's too big. He's like Ridley in Smash Bros. You can't have Optimus in the party.
I thought you were talking about Marky Mark. He's too big.
Marky Mark's way too big. They can't. He's too large physically, and they also can't get the license to use his likeness.
He's too big, like Ridley in Smash. Phil Games says, I'd choose My Hero Academia because I'm super into that right now, and I just think Sora and Deku would be good friends. The Destiny trio would probably all get along great with MHA's main trio, actually. And since we're headcanoning here, Axel would also be there, so he and Kirishima could meet. Are you familiar with My Hero Academia?
No, not at all, Mike. I've heard of it.
I'm not either.
Well, listen, if I'm hearing about it on these East streets, it's got to be worth my while at some point to check out. But see, it sounds true to me. Everything that was said.
That sounds right. I'm not really into anime at all, which is strange because I like Kingdom Hearts, but not really my thing. But that's okay, Phil Games. You keep doing you. Bamboo says Studio Ghibli, I don't know how to pronounce it. Specifically, the franchise Spirited with its themes of desire, jealousy, change, and most notably the idea of having a set goal in mind and losing focus. Leon Isa arc, only to find your way back to where you need through the person you trust most. Lee Isa arc. It would be amazing. Plus, Disney dubs Studio Ghibli's movies. Okay, so there's a little
I was gonna say until that part at the end there, Disney what is it? They distributed them in the States at some point, like some of them at least.
Right.
So that one's probably the most likely one we've had so far. I'd put Transformers at number 2 for the record. We should have been ranking these the whole way, by the way.
Okay, wait. We can go back. Hold on. You want to rank these?
Yeah, let's go back. Yeah,
Yee's last place, obviously.
Considering I thought it was of Kanye West lineage. Yeah, I think that's probably
Stormlight Archive, second to last place. Transformers.
Yeah, I also don't know.
Or My Hero Academia next, then Transformers, then Studio Ghibli?
Yeah, I mean, maybe, from what I've heard of My Hero Academia, that's probably going to blend in better than Transformers. But, I mean, they made fucking pirates work, Mike, so...
That's true.
It's hard to say. We'll put Transformers third, and then My Hero second, and then we'll put Ghibli at the top.
Gibbles. We'll put Gibbles at the top.
There you go.
Zombie says, geez, there are a ton of answers for this, but I'm going to go with my gut and say let Sora, Donald, and Goofy become hidden leaf ninjas and join the Naruto crew, because I feel like Naruto and Sora have a lot in common, and I'm not just talking base Naruto, but all of it. So that means Naruto Shippuden, and Boruto. I'm
so glad you're the one reading that, and I don't have to contend with any of that.
This is my daily hell. I just have to read things I have no idea what they are. And then Jason normally knows.
Right. Yeah, he's kind of like he's the support there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
you,
tough.
But you know less than I do, so we're
yeah, it's real dire straits here for the Q of the W.
Where would you rank Naruto?
Again, not something I've watched. I'm definitely the most familiar with that out of the anime, products that have been referenced today. I would say I could see the similarity there. They both seem like upbeat protagonists. They both go through a lot of filler. I'd probably put it like probably above Hero and below Ghibli.
Okay, I like it.
Sounds right? I mean, it's an anime. None of those are going to happen. Like, the only one that really has a shot so far is Ghibli. But
I like that we're kind of on brand for you by ranking these.
That's my whole.
This is your whole thing, right?
Yeah, right. I invented ranking. Nobody ever listed things in any specific order until I came around 2 years ago.
In the same way, Jason and I invented the Obama bit, where Obama says
and you're the
things.
longest running podcast.
Yeah, exactly. Angel says, because I'm brain rotting over it right now, the Tales of Arcadia series. All 3 shows in the franchise have constant running themes of found family, confronting fears, and struggling with the weight of destiny and responsibility. The Trinity Trio would fit right in along the primary cast. I can literally see Toby gushing over Sora's cool-ass Keyblade transformations and comparing it to Jim's armor when enhanced with gemstones. Claire and Duxie? I'm assuming that's how you say that. Douchey? Maybe Douchey.
Yep. Oh, yeah, it's probably Douchey.
It's probably Douchey. Would be really intrigued by Donald/Sora's magic and how it works compared to theirs. Goofy and Arg would be best friends, and this is canon. Putting Toa in Kingdom Hearts would replace Rise of the Titans as the finale of the series. And in this essay, I will edit because I forgot about Aja and Krill, but I am now desperately in need of a scene of Aja and Krill transforming into from their human forms into alien forms, and Donald and Sora just being appalled, but Goofy was like, "Oh, you didn't know?" So are you familiar with Tales of Arcadia, Pat?
There's a lot of room there. I mean, I could really speak at length on this, but I don't want to like make you or the responder feel lesser by showing off my breadth of knowledge. So I don't want to like make you guys feel like you don't know shit about this, because I know a lot about Skies of Arcadia.
For sure,
I believe that's what we were talking about.
Tales of Arcadia. Tales of Arcadia.
Right. Yes. See, that's how much I know. Is that sometimes I forget what it's called.
Right. Exactly.
I just run out of brain space for the title of the franchise. Yeah. I could talk for hours about that, but this is, we gotta keep this podcast at a certain length, keep it digestible.
For sure. Where are you ranking in that one? Since you know so much about it.
tie it with My Hero. It's like right there in that anime I've never heard of tier.
Beautiful.
Or was it a game, or was it an anime?
I don't know. I thought you would know.
Yeah, I kind of fell out of the bit once I realized how truly little I understood. I'm like Sora in the secret place, understanding nothing.
So this one I think you're gonna be right in on.
Okay.
Emmy says DreamWorks, so I can get Shrek to interact with Mickey Mouse. Yo, Shrek party member? Anyway, that's my answer. Ooh woo.
Yeah, like if I think I referenced that in that Disney video I did, where it's like, this franchise could fucking switch over to DreamWorks and we could have, Shrek and Donkey in place of Donald and Goofy, and I'd still be playing it. Listen, I'm all about it. I want to see the alternate universe where that's actually a thing. Like, it actually is legitimately intriguing to me to think about an alternate universe where Square shared office space with DreamWorks instead.
So, wouldn't it be, though? Wouldn't Shrek be the Mickey Mouse in this scenario?
Yeah,
so
that's
it'd be
tough.
Puss in Boots and Donkey?
I'm good with that. Shrek showing up at the end, telling Sora to get out of his swamp. Yeah, shirtless Shrek. Oh, God. Can we make this a thing, people? Get the modders on this. Let's get going. DreamWorks of Hearts. That's what I want, baby.
DreamWorks of Hearts.
Oh, maybe like the little moon guy and the logo could be like some kind of important part of the lore. The little guy in the moon in the logo and the openings. Mm-hmm. He should have some part to play. He should be like the Xehanort of the DreamWorks of Hearts.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
Barry says, I'm struggling to think of an answer that I'd have at my current age, but I remember wondering a lot when I was younger what it'd be like if there was a Zelda world in Kingdom Hearts. I guess there's potential for themes of fate and maybe some type of connection with the Curse of Demise / the Triforce somewhere. I don't know for sure, but it'd be interesting either way. It'd probably depend on the game too, since they have different minor themes. Maybe the games with more familial childhood friendship themes could be a good match, like Wind Waker, Twilight Princess. Twilight Princess also has the Twilight aspect to it, which could be slightly compared to the Realm of Darkness. But this is just me writing out what I'm thinking as it comes to me. Also, Bamboo thinking about them connections to Lee and Isa culture.
Yeah,
So,
I gotta say, I think that's possibly, like, if we weren't taking into account all of the licensing and the different companies, like, that is probably the most apt fit for, like, a crossover in terms of, like, thematic parallels. And I mean, it's basic light versus dark stuff, I think atmospherically it would work really well. I put that right below Ghibli, you know?
Right below Ghibli.
I mean, in terms of likeliness, like nothing is going to happen at all besides the Ghibli of it all. Like, I think that's still our only possibility thing on the board here. But, you know, in terms of like working well into the series, I think you got to put Zelda at number 2 because it's great. It's a natural fit.
Zelda at number 2. Yeah. We didn't rank Shrek, though.
Oh, I think you got to put that last. That's in like E's tier. That's in like Geppetto tier because it's just Disney's never going to let go, and it's not going to switch over to it's not going to switch over to DreamWorks.
That's how you know Pat's a true fan of the podcast.
Yeah, deep cut reference. There
deep
you go.
Cut reference there. Miss Winerib says, hands down, The Emperor's New Groove.
Ooh,
which is a Disney property.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's got to be number 1, right?
Yeah, I mean, you got to put that at number 1. I think we probably missed the boat for it actually happening. I feel like Disney doesn't like that like early 2000s era anymore. Like KH1 got Tarzan, and that was kind of like that's the new hotness. But I don't know when you fit Emperor's New Groove in. It's got to be kind of like a Dream Drop-esque game where it's like a stepping stone game where you can kind of like throw in the the riffraff. Like
right.
Hunchback and, Pinocchio again for some reason. Fucking Country of the Musketeers. I was bitching about that last time I was on. That's the spot for Emperor's New Groove. I think it'd be really fun. It's the funniest Disney movie
It's
ever.
Very funny.
Is that fair to say? I mean, what's a funnier Disney movie than that? You can't name it.
I mean, not off the top of my head, no.
Right, yeah, that was the intent. I'm just going to catch you off guard so you can't answer the question and make me look wrong. There you go, baby.
I can't think of anything funnier right now. You're right. You win by default.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
DJ Korn says, Zombie stole my answer. Naruto for sure. I'm sure you all know I'm obsessed with Naruto at this point, but I think the KH characters would immerse with the Naruto ones very well. I can already see Donald and Sasuke having a glare off at each other. Some ninja gameplay would be sick as well.
For sure. I mean, and now that 2 people have said Naruto, we're going to bump that up a slot because we know more people want it. So fan demand is high.
We have to.
We have to.
Speaking of answer that's been said already, Punzi says, having a Legend of Zelda world would be pretty cool. Sora could help Link save Hyrule, and Ganon could be consumed by darkness and stuff. I think it'd be fun.
Yeah, it writes itself. I mean, Ganon, he fits right in with the whole light versus darkness conflict. I mean, that's what the whole series is about. It's the ancient clash. It goes back to the beginning of time. It's really perfect, I think. So,
agreed.
Again, bump it up again. Fan demand, it's high.
Wasn't that already in second place?
Yeah, bump it up to 2.5 place,
right,
or 1.5.
Yeah,
there you go.
That's backwards. Right.
I can't do math, Mike.
Original Dreamer 06 says, I've got it. It works perfectly. Genshin fucking Impact, boys.
Oh, yep.
Listen, in the game, the main characters are literally people from another world. So Sora and the boys or something come in, and everyone already knows the deal at this point. Sora could help another god, or you could help the player character find their sibling, or you can even accidentally help out the villain sibling. Just a thought. Where do you rank Genshin on that?
Now, I see this a lot on Twitter against my own will, Genshin Impact. It's very popular. I feel like, it's kind of in that anime tier for me. But I'll probably put it on the higher end. I mean, it's isn't not like kind of a... Do you know anything about Genshin Impact, Mike? Before I continue to speak? Okay. Is it like a pay-to-play thing, or is it like just fully...
It's a gotcha for sure, but it's not...
Okay, so that fits right in. It's just fucking Union Cross.
It's free, but you earn currency, and you can pay for more currency to draw specific characters and weapons.
Yeah, so I've heard that story before.
Otherwise, it's like a Breath of the Wild kind-of-ish, with more emphasis on combat.
Okay.
That Breath of the Wild has.
All right. Yeah, well, as I said, gotcha stuff it's right at home for KH, so we'll put that on the higher end of the anime tier, maybe right next to Naruto around there.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah.
Shug says, I think an Assassin's Creed crossover would be pretty dope, but rather than featuring one game, I'd like there to be time travel element where you follow the ancestors of one main character, like Desmond, through multiple time periods. Perhaps with the organization or whoever the villain group is teaming up with the Templars. Imagine if the gods, like Juno, were related to ancient Keyblade masters, Hoggers.
Yeah, I gotta say, I was on board, but like time travel in Kingdom Hearts, that can't work, right? I mean, that's a little too much.
It's not possible. I will say, Final Fantasy 15 had a crossover event with Assassin's Creed. I don't know if you remember that.
Did it? Yeah, I vaguely remember there was like a little quest for
the
that, right?
The Assassin's Festival is what it was. It was a whole separate area that you went to. It was pretty insane, actually.
Yeah, I would say, and I loved Assassin's Creed, like the first like trilogy, and then it fell off for me once they stopped doing the modern stuff.
Man,
but,
I'd like to talk. Speaking of alternate realities, I'd like to talk about an alternate reality where Assassin's Creed 3 doesn't suck.
Oh, thank you, Mike. I fucking hate that game.
Oh, it's so bad. It ruined the whole series.
I waited like my entire like middle school life for that game, and it just fucking disappointed me to no end. I couldn't believe how like left hanging I felt after that.
2 was so good, and the two side games with 2 were so good, and then 3 came out.
We're sounding like Kingdom Hearts fans now.
I know. And then 3 was so bad they were like, well, let's make the next one a pirate game. And now everybody all they want to talk about is Black Flag.
Yeah,
Black Flag is not an Assassin's Creed game. It's a pirate game.
No, it's a pirate game. Yeah, it's basically like I think they time traveled again to bring it back to time travel. They saw what KH3 was doing, that we should do a whole game of that, of the Caribbean, and that's what they did. They watered down the Caribbean into AC4.
Or Nomura went to the past.
Yeah,
and just showed them a small video of gameplay from KH3. I think that's more like
that makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Anyway, Pokemon Trainer Jay says Animorphs. Some 90s nostalgia and some dark stuff going on there. Oh, you're fighting darkness? Our main character turned into a tiger and got cut in half by aliens last week. He's fine, though.
Ooh, I'm loving that. Animorphs a little bit before my time, but I do remember like seeing those on the library shelves. I think that's a pretty good fit. Any 90s nostalgia, I'm gonna place pretty highly. I mean, Disney loves pulling on the 90s shit, you know?
Yeah, they do.
So, and that makes a lot of sense to me. We'll rank that highly. Also, Goosebumps. While we're talking about 90s books, just throw some Goosebumps in there. Some Monster Blood. Some Say Cheese and Die, or whatever the fuck
Say
those
Cheese
were.
and Die. Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think that was the book. I don't remember.
Alex says Smash Bros. Papega. Well, his real answer is I need Final Fantasy 15. I know it's a weird argument with Yozora and Nomura supposedly being angry about his children getting taken away from him, but I need 15. I need Donald to say this might be a good spot to find some ingredients, followed by Ignis saying, I've come up with a new recipe. Imagine how powerful these two would be.
Yeah, they are just natural born allies. I mean, the amount of damage they could do together. I gotta put that at the top. Yeah, I mean, that's number one, because, I mean, maybe Yozora really does put a damper on that as far as likeliness goes, but I think we could see a little bit of 15 love in the next couple of games, right? I mean...
Yeah, I mean, I think that would be great.
Yeah.
Alex continues, one thing I really want KH to do is introduce the concept of monarchy in the OG story. You know, kings and queens and shit. It's called Kingdom Hearts for a reason, and I know Disney worlds do have monarch characters like Michael being a king, but I would like Sora to learn about being some sort of fated king from Noctis. It's very fanficky, but I absolutely love it. I could go on about how monarchy could go along with the next phase in KH, but that's a story for another day. Also, Gladio and Goofy team-up spin attack would be OP as shit, and Prompto and Sora could use Gun. Masterpiece World, please give it to me square.
All right, I was sold when we got to Gun. That's my favorite inclusion. Gun for KH4. No, yeah, I think like the whole concept of kingdom, like this big entity is called Kingdom Hearts. Why is it a kingdom? Why are we assigning this monarchical term to it? Let's learn more about it. I agree. Let's go for it.
I'm in. Shiri Theoden says Avatar: The Last Airbender could be cool. Aang is a real my friends are my power type and had to go through a lot of turmoil about doing what needs to be done and finding a way to do it in a way that doesn't compromise who he is, which I feel like may be a significant struggle for Sora and crew going forward, as in how to defeat darkness without succumbing to it. Plus, all the elements except for Earth are already represented in Cage Magic, so that won't be a stretch for the characters to understand. And god damn it, I just want to ride Appa.
Yeah, that's so good. Are you familiar with Avatar, Mike?
No, not at all.
All right, this is perfect for me. Perfect spot. I fucking love Avatar. I think this is top of the anime tier for sure. Does it count as an anime? I don't know. I might get in trouble for that because I think it's Western animated, but you know, it plays out
anime
like the
style,
anime.
Right?
Yeah, it's anime-esque for sure. Yeah, I think it's very thematically. At least Aang and Sora are pretty similar characters. I think Sora is definitely an airbender because he's got the whole air wind thing and Ventus. Like I think you could pretty easily do some one-for-ones. Like Kyrie's going to be bending the water. Riku's going to be an earthbender. Axel, I mean, God, I have no idea. But I'm pretty happy with that as an idea.
Okay. Are you going to rank that one at the top?
Yeah, that's at the top of the anime tier. I don't think we can put it above Zelda or Final Fantasy 15 or Ghibli, but I'm going to put it above like Naruto and My Hero Academia.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I think you'll like this next one. Billy the Kid Lawrence says there's a clear answer here, and he has a gif of SpongeBob, and it says spatula keyblade. Anyone?
Oh my god.
For real, though,
Dude.
the world and enemy potential is amazing. Jellyfishes, sea bears, the tattletale strangler, the hash-slinging slasher, Dennis, Poseidon, Doodlebob, the Alaskan bullworm,
Bullworm, oh my god.
Man
Easy
Ray,
money.
the dirty bubble, the Flying Dutchman, Plankton, and of course, Flats the flounder. Sora's gonna kick his butt. Also,
Yeah.
Mindy the mermaid princess, or should I say, Mommy the mermaid
Who is
princess.
she? Yeah,
Get
you
it?
gotta
Because
have her.
blue hair and water, aqua, mudkips, no?
Oh, yeah, there you go.
So how do you feel about SpongeBob?
I'm feeling great about SpongeBob. I mean, that was a walk down memory lane, all those classic villains of my childhood. Yeah, let's go under the sea. I mean, you know, SpongeBob's hot right now. We got Smash Bros. Nickelodeon coming out.
Yep.
I think the time for integration is nigh. Like, let's get going. If we're gonna have one Nickelodeon show represented, I mean, I guess we're competing with Avatar at this point, but SpongeBob is like, you know, he's the face of the operation there.
That's true. That's true.
I think he's got a good shot. Yeah, let's put him like right above the anime tier, below Zelda and Final Fantasy.
Pat, I gotta tell you, we are not even halfway
Yeah.
done with this.
What? Oh my god, people are passionate this
This is
week.
what the question of the week is, man.
Yeah. Okay, honestly, like, let's stop down real quick. Let's take a breather, like, in the middle of the Poke Rap. What happens when the podcast is so big that you can't possibly do the question of the week, like, in the style that you do it right now? Like, what happens when it's, like, 50 to 60 people?
That's a problem for future Mike and Jason.
Yeah,
to
let those
tackle.
fuckers figure it out. Yeah.
Or you know, I don't want to stifle anybody's creativity. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I want people to be heard. I mean, obviously, it's not infinitely scalable. So at a certain point, we go
Right.
Maybe we'll read
gotta
our
start picking faves.
5 favorite answers or whatever.
Yeah,
but we're
yeah.
not there yet. We're close.
Yeah, that's a problem. That sounds like a problem for fat cats, if you ask me.
Yeah,
Don't worry
exactly.
about that later. Yeah.
Well, and people like to grief us a little bit by having really long answers.
Oh yeah, I noticed. There was like the
Yeah.
essay about how woke, like just how woke as a word evolved.
Yeah, yeah.
It was like
we skipped part
3
of
pages,
that.
single spaced. Yeah.
That was actually our good friend Billy the Kid who just did the SpongeBob.
Oh,
deal,
there
so.
you go. There you go. What a segue.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, Pokey Drew says Nier, such an easy option. Yeah. How do you feel about Nier?
You know, I've gotten like probably more requests than any other game to be playing that on stream at some point. I don't know anything about it other than like it's also Square, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, yeah, I know that. It's 2B, right? Is the lead, and it's multiple endings.
Well,
Sounds
it
like
depends
right up
on
my
what
alley.
Nier game we're talking about.
Oh,
Automata
okay.
is 2B.
Automata is the one. Okay, gotcha.
The newer one, Replicant, is like a remake of a previous game, and I don't know
Okay.
anything about that. We've only played Automata, and I don't know if anybody has said this to you, but I thought it was meh.
Oh no! Oh boy, is that
But-
gonna get you in trouble?
It might. People might yell. People in our Discord might yell at me, but me and
Yeah.
Jason both thought it was kind of meh. But
Yeah,
you might
well, now
enjoy
you're
it.
yucking yums, Mike. You're
Yeah,
yucking
I'm
yums.
yucking yums, and I'm not trying to yuck anybody's yum, you know?
Right.
Or
Yeah,
yum
it's
anybody's
dangerous.
yuck.
Right, yeah, that's actually way worse to yum someone's yuck. I mean, yeah, I would say probably you might want to put that at number 1 because, you know, we're looking at Square properties. You know, if Final Fantasy is having an issue because of the Nomura of it all and the Noctis and the Zora of it all, we've seen World Ends With You get in, so like I don't really see an impossible. Like, I think it's a non-zero chance that does happen. If I'm being
So-
honest, at least a reference or some kind, like a character showing up.
The interesting thing is that, with the exception of Vivi and Setzer,
Oh yeah, all
of the characters that
Nomura.
were not Kingdom Hearts were all Nomura made.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
He even kind of designed Setzer. He designed like
Yeah.
a gambler kind of character, and then they used that for 6.
Yeah, so he's basically like 1.5 is all that's
Right.
not Nomura.
Right. So I don't know. It
Yeah.
depends on if this whole Quadratum thing is really like a Square world, like a lot of people are theorizing it is.
I know we're like fucking stretching this out at this point, but that's not going to happen. And I think you agree, right? Like,
Yeah.
there's not going to be a whole Quadratum game because that would necessitate like no Disney shit. And you know, you watch the Disney World video, like like it's not going to happen. Like,
Right.
it's always going to be a Disney thing.
Agreed.
So I say let it go now. You know, make like Elsa, let go of that notion, and you'll end up happier. Keep your expectations managed, folks. Did you not learn from 2019? We've been hurt before, or at least you have. So.
Pat really laid it out for people here.
Yeah.
Sirius Black says, Mike, before you read my answer, I need to hear the question of the week theme one more time. Shit is God like.
Yeah, play it.
Question of the week. Oh, yeah. It played,
Play it.
yay. All right. But anyway, there are a lot of ways I could go with this answer, but honestly, I think it'd be pretty cool to see Sonic the Hedgehog and Sora team up. Sonic teaming up to stop Dr. Eggman, who has been taken over by the darkness, just seems like a natural fit. Plus, Eggman would try to find some way to use the Heartless to his advance to create some kind of dark death egg or some Heartless weapon to try and stop Sonic. Plus, Sora and Sonic teaming up would be a slight callback to the TV show Sonic X. Why do Sora and Chris have the same kind of hairstyle? And ironically, there's an X in the title. You know, some Cage fans would lose their minds over that connection.
Yeah, it writes itself. How are you on Sonic, Mike, before I get started?
You know, I think it's best if I don't say how I feel about Sonic.
Me too. Oh. That's so. I mean, we got some stuff going on there. We got 7 Chaos Emeralds. We love the 7s in Kingdom Hearts. That's I think as far as I can go. Yeah. Without yuck and yums.
I mean, there was that one time that Sonic kissed a human woman. That's kind of Kingdom Hearts.
That sounds pretty in line with what we're dealing with. Yeah.
Sirius Black has some honorable mentions. Dragon Ball Super, because Sora turning Super Saiyan should not be possible, and Sora having gold hair and Keyblade sounds dope. Marvel Avengers, because I mean it's the Avengers, but honestly I just wonder if Sora could pick up Thor's hammer. I mean he should be able to, right? And Star Wars, because I want a lightsaber Keyblade. That's it.
Whew. Yeah. I think Marvel and Star Wars, I know people don't like to hear it, but I think, again, that's a non-zero chance. I'm ranking those highly as well. I mean, we're running out, we're running out of stuff to pull here, so I'm not going to hate it.
You know, on the Marvel thing, not to sidetrack us any more than we already are, but I saw Shang-Chi recently. Have you seen the movie yet?
No, I haven't.
I highly recommend it. But that movie in particular would be a great way to introduce Marvel into Kingdom Hearts. That's all I'll say.
Interesting.
A lot of the themes hit. So
cool. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. I'm still behind. I gotta see the Spider-Man one and Black Widow. I still haven't seen, so I gotta get all those.
Yeah, you gotta catch up. Otherwise, you'll miss everything. That's
right. In Cage 4, I want to be ready.
It's the fucking trap that Marvel has us trapped in.
That's right.
Coconut says, "All I want is a Spider-Man or Darth Vader secret boss."
Yeah, cool. I mean, Darth Vader, I think that's a great way to work Star Wars in without really shoving it in and making people upset that they did it. I think you could, no one's really going to be mad if you're fighting Darth Vader in the Coliseum, right?
Toy box, such a big missed opportunity.
Oh,
they could just put anything in there as a toy, as a secret boss.
Yeah, well, not to mention that, Zurg is just, a stand-in for Darth Vader. Yeah, so that would have been the place to do it.
Anyway, Nick T says, Pokemon, I think, fits the bill in a lot of ways.
Ooh.
We've already seen Pokemon-esque mechanics in DDD where you could craft, collect, level up, and battle all the different Dream Eaters. Not to mention, we've been fighting Heartless, Nobodies, and Unversed, hundreds of different monsters with abilities, elements, and weaknesses, just like the Pokemon we know. Theme-wise, I think Pokemon fits Cage like a glove with friendship equals power motto. We've also seen Pokemon corrupted by darkness, shadow Pokemon similar to Riku. Enemy potential would be great too, like Giovanni, Jesse, James, and Meowth bosses with any naturally dark and evil Pokemon as enemies with the Heartless. Lastly, Misty would be totally banging in the Unreal Engine. And before y'all say she's like 10, she debuted it in the anime 20 years ago, so she's got to be legal now, at least.
Okay.
All right.
Good
Officer
save.
Nick T, this man here.
Chris Hansen's coming in.
Yeah.
No, listen, I was on board until the Dream Eater comparison started. I do not want to be responsible for a bunch of children, quite frankly, because now that not to spoil it, but we're taking care of a bunch of kids now. I'm not interested in going through that again. I had a tweet right after that big reveal. It was just me releasing all of my Dream Eaters. I can't afford kids right now. They gotta go. I can't handle this. So I don't want that again. But they're right on all the thematic fronts. I will agree.
Would you rank Pokemon anywhere specifically?
I guess above the anime, but below Final Fantasy and the Nier. Right next to SpongeBob.
I love that I'm making you rank these now. You started it as a joke, and I'm like, Pat, what's your ranking?
I was like, well, surely there'll be 10 of these.
The world has to know.
Yeah, because we'll get comments if we're not thorough.
Exactly. DP Grant says, I'd love a Rugrats world. Donald's magic would make Sora a baby, Goofy into a puppy, and Donald a cute little duckling. If Larxene is still evil in Kingdom Hearts 4, I'd love to see her team up with Angelica. She was born to say, stupid babies, and throw in a heartless Reptar final boss with the reward of a new Keyblade that looks like Tommy's screwdriver. It'd be a pretty cool time.
They planned it all out. I mean, that's so fun. Yeah. Angelica really is just baby Larxene, for sure.
And then they have an honorable mention that I think you're actually really going to like here.
Yeah.
YouTubers. It'd be like Grand Central Station, but you go to different YouTube channel worlds. You could visit the Nostalgia Critic or Regular Pat.
Oh, no.
And then he goes on to say, on the ARP's recommendation, I checked out his channel again, and I've gone from a regular Pat hater to a helper. He is a superstar.
Wow, what a whirlwind.
Yeah.
I feel like Zemnis, like the first surge of emotion that I've felt in years. That was a lot. I mean, you know, when people think YouTube, they think Doug Walker and Regular Pat, the big two,
the big
as they say in the industry.
The big two.
Yeah, no, I think as soon as we were going to YouTube channels, I was out. Like, I feel like I'm on Shark Tank. For this reason, I'm out. No thanks on the Game Central Station of YouTubers. I think I'll rest easier at night knowing that we're not going there. Because I would definitely be like a mini boss at best, you know, and I would go down easy. I'd be like the Angelic Amber of that world. I don't know if I want that on my resume.
I think you're more like the mini UFO.
All right, Mike, next question.
Broondock says, imagine if Kingdom Hearts crossed over with Final Fantasy and you actually got to meet iconic characters and fight with them and party up and not just, I don't know, stand in a room with them for 3 minutes. Sag. No, but for real, Disney owns everything now, so to find a true outside crossover, you need to pick either a game or an anime. My first thought is Nier, but that's Square, so I don't know if it counts. I'm actually stumped, leaving this answer unfinished so I can come back and edit it with a real answer. I hope I remember to. He did not.
Oh, wow. That's like a lot like this guy that reached out to me about a podcast and then left me hanging.
Yeah, it's very similar.
We're left to think we're going to get an answer, and then you're ghosted. Yeah, no, it'd be cool to have Final Fantasy. I mean, it feels like it'd be a bit cringy to have like Disney and Final Fantasy characters running around in the same world space.
So.
I don't really know if there's like lasting potential there, but yeah, give it a shot for one game.
Yeah.
I mean,
see how it goes.
Yeah.
Maybe you put Squall Leonhart in there. He's a good.
Well, you know what they could do? Just put like a big cactar in a big room, and then
that would be
else.
cool, dude. I love cactuars.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're sick. SB Cat says, my answer is going to be, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
San Diego, oh my god.
Why? First thing I thought of, and I didn't want to miss out, but now I think about it, that could be a cool world. Sleuthing around with the boys, trying to discover where in the world Carmen Sandiego is? Is she in that trash can? Is she in that dumpster? Is she in a sewer drain, stuck and begging for mercy as the last moments of her life fade? Who knows?
Oh. Holy shit.
Yeah, I'm glad that didn't go into where I thought it was going to.
No, yeah, it really went somewhere.
I thought
I
thought it was going to turn into what are you doing, step bro, for a minute there.
Yeah. Please, we cannot have the hub as a Kingdom Hearts world. I don't think that's going to fly.
Funny you say that, because Wrath of Rebellion on Twitch just said Kingdom Hearts cross Pornhub. Let's go!
Oh,
literally right after that.
No, yeah. I mean, I foresee no issues. Yes. I might have to bump up the rating, but I think that'll work fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Who's going to be the party member, Mike? I'm going to make you say it. This is me playing a game with Mike. It's like, Mike, name a porn star right now. You don't have to do it, Mike. I'm only hostage on your own podcast.
I'm trying to think of a good one.
Oh, okay.
I mean, Mia Khalifa seems like the right answer, right?
Okay. I don't know who that is because I'm a gentleman, but anyway.
Oh, shut the fuck up. You know who that is. She's not even a porn star anymore.
Oh, okay.
She just does social media.
Yeah.
Smart.
Anyway, I'm ranking porn at number 1, and then what was the one before that?
Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's also high up there. I mean, Master Xehanort in BBS really was like the Carmen Sandiego of that game.
True.
They were chasing after him, trying to figure out where he was. So I think that's like, she might be his another nobody version of Xehanort if you think about it.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, dude, I'm putting that. That's going to be the fucking title of this podcast. Regular Pat's Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego Theory.
There you go. Not clickbait.
Not
for
clickbait.
Real. 2021.
Anyway, Wildcat Diana says, Full Metal Alchemist. Square Enix has publishing rights to the manga, so imagine the potential. A conversation between Edward and Sora about the abusive power of reviving people and the price you pay. A nice interaction between Alphonse and, honestly, any character. A talk between Winry and Kairi about how their stubborn boys leave them at home. Having Edward and Alphonse as party members, a scene between Yozora and Mustang even. The Master of Masters and Pride having a battle of wits on who has the best best master plan to conquer the power of God? Just imagine the possibilities. I know nothing about Full Metal Alchemist if it wasn't clear from me reading
God,
that.
Yeah, Mike, I'm right there with you. You know, every time there's an anime answer, I did keep thinking we really should have rescheduled.
I mean, Jason doesn't know a lot of anime.
Yeah,
either,
okay, well, there you go.
Honest.
I mean, it was a losing battle from the start. I mean, here's the
yeah.
thing. You know, people with the anime answers, I respect you, and I'm sure the other listeners are going to enjoy hearing your take on it. Clearly, Mike and I are not built to difference like Jason is, so we don't know the spicy lore on the anime.
You know, the question of the week, the answers aren't just for us; they're for everybody listening.
That's right.
Out there.
That's right.
You know, Pat, stop making it about you. Anyway, Sailor Jupiter 4 says, Lord of the Rings, just to see what would happen, and if we're going for a certain time period, set it during The Hobbit. Just imagine Sora fighting Smaug, a.k.a. a fucking dragon, alongside Bilbo in your party, who has Sting and the one ring which can turn him invisible. And it would be perfect for the story because the dragon sickness that Thor and Oakenshield is afflicted with once they get into Erebor could be also seen as him being corrupted by darkness, and Sora could try to stab him out of it. And how about during the Battle of the Five Armies? It could be the 1K Heartless Battle 2.0. You could summon Bjorn during the battle, who can turn into a giant bear, and just decimate Heartless while riding a giant bear. Not to mention the soundtrack for this world would utterly slap. Although given how The Hobbit ends and what ends up happening to Thorin and his nephews, I don't think Sora would be able to take it. But yeah, definitely fun to think about. Plus the environments would be gorgeous, simply breathtaking. And just think about the absolutely bitchin' Keyblade you'd get once you complete the world. Crafted by the dwarves with some sick metalwork and geometric motifs they're known for, with a few gems here and there, maybe even an Arkenstone keychain to match. So I know Lord of the Rings. I have no idea what happened during that.
Oh.
I guess I don't know The Hobbit very well.
Right, yeah. I mean, I have not... I'm really revealing myself here, but I've not seen any Lord of the Rings movies. I'm familiar with, like... I know! You would think Disney would have bought it up by this point. Who's got their hands on Lord of the Rings right now? Like, what studio is that? What company? Let me Google it.
That's WB, I think, isn't it? Warner?
Oh, is it? Wow. Huh.
It was when it came out. They were New Line Cinema, which I think Warner bought.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, New Line Cinema is the production there. Yeah,
Warner's got, DC, Harry Potter, and Lord of the Rings.
They're like the last vestige, you know, like they're out there waiting for their day to come. They'll be grandfathered in. We'll be seeing it, I'm sure, in KH6. I'm putting that above anime tier, right beneath SpongeBob and Avatar. It's only a matter of time, you know. Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah.
Network Daddy says, already Disney-owned IP, Star Wars with restrictions. I would only accept Star Wars as a gummy ship, Darth Vader, TIE Fighter boss battle, dogfight in a future, more advanced ship mechanic style. Possibly secret Death Star gummy mega boss.
Yeah.
Outside of Disney-owned IP, I would say Halo, because I'm obsessed with Halo lore as MKH were. And then obligatory weeb answer, One Piece for friendship and Nakama. Nakama.
You nailed it, Mike. I
killed it. Got it.
Yeah. I think to go to the Star Wars of it all, integrating it into the gummy ship, that's something I've talked about before on stream. I think that's another great way to like ease into it a little bit. I think it's a natural fit. You got a KH3 style gummy ship map. You throw in some fucking TIE fighters, right? X-wings.
Yep,
X-wings are a thing, right? Yeah.
Are you?
And X-wings right there.
Are you pretending to know about Star Wars right now?
I'm like kind of. I'm trying my best. I saw the first one and I saw the 8th one. Those are the Star Wars movies I've seen.
What do you do with your time?
I play fucking Kingdom Hearts 1, Mike. That's like, yeah, that's, I mean, what do you want from me?
I expected a more well-rounded individual.
No, do I look fucking well-rounded to you?
I guess that's true, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway,
no,
I didn't realize we'd be revealing your one-dimensionalness during the question of the week today.
I am not round. I'm a parallelogram. That's the kind of shape we're working with.
We are almost done.
Okay, all right. It's an endurance round. Okay.
Yeah, we're almost there.
Right.
Talkin' Scoot says, okay, so I'm fully aware this will never happen, but at this point, hear me out. I think Square should put in the world from Supernatural. It's very grounded in reality, I know, but if done right, it could be completely badass. To see Sora, Donald, and the Goof Boy fight alongside Sam and Dean Winchester, especially where the show just ended. Honestly, Sam and Dean had been animated before, so if they wanted to, they could even do that. However, it would be done, though I just think it would be awesome. Dean swings at Heartless with a machete. Son of a bitch, he just won't die. Later on, after Sora and gang arrives. Damn it, Sora, watch where you're swinging that thing. I know nothing about Supernatural. I hope that
Mike,
was a good Dean voice.
you are gonna be shocked right now that I watched the first season of Supernatural.
Okay.
I was my girlfriend at the time. We were watching it, and I don't remember anything about it. I remember Dean and they were demons, I believe, and I stopped watching it because it made me sad. So I don't know anything else about it, Mike.
No, hey, that's more than I knew. So
yeah,
regular Pat,
I think with what I do, though,
poorly rounded as we thought.
That's right, a little bit of depth there. Yeah. And I don't think it would work at all from what I saw. So that'll be my one negative answer. I say no to Supernatural.
Beautiful.
There's a little bit of bitterness.
Sorry, Talking Scoot. Sorry about that.
Yeah, sorry. I'm so sorry.
Kyrie's bro says, I would love to mix it with something dark like Silent Hill just to have Sora do some crazy survival horror stuff.
Wow.
Interesting.
Is there more there?
Nah, that's it.
Okay, I mean, leaving up to interpretation. Yeah, one of my favorite answers so far for the brevity of it all. I would say, yeah, I mean, I've never played a Silent Hill game, have you? Does that surprise you, Mike?
I'm not a horror boy.
Yeah, I scare easily, you know? The world's scary enough. I don't need to be getting scared for funsies.
Yeah, Silent Hill, that's the one with Pyramid Head, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Or is that Resident Evil? Oh, yeah, you're right. I think it's like Silent
Resident
Hill 2
Evil
or 3.
is the big X-Man.
Yes.
But
there you go.
Silent Hill's the Pyramid Boy.
I'm going to put that low, like in near Yeez, because I don't want to be scared.
Fair enough. Chip Cooper says, my first instinct was Indiana Jones, but then I realized that's actually possible now. So instead, the Dollars trilogy. The man with no name joins your party and just shoots Heartless with his revolver. Sora, Donald, and Goofy get cowboy hats and guns and have a standoff with the organization member that shows up. You fight Tuco corrupted by darkness or something. That would be rad. I have no idea what this is.
Yeah, I'm on Wikipedia right now because I really do care about the integrity of the podcast and hopefully answering this question to some degree of competence, but I fucking no clue.
I have no clue what the Dollars trilogy
is. Is it a series of movies? Or is it...
Now I gotta look it up.
Dollars film, a 1971 American comedy film. That can't be it, right? I don't see Dollars 2 or 3 anywhere here. I don't think that's it. Dollars trilogy.
Dollars trilogy, also known as the Man with No Name trilogy or the Blood Money trilogy, is an Italian film series consisting of 3 spaghetti western films directed by Sergio Leone. The films are titled A Fistful of Dollars, For a Few Dollars More, and The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Oh my God, dude, we're gonna get fucking crushed on that. I mean, that's like classic
cinema. I didn't know that's what it was called. I knew I know The Good, Bad, and the Ugly, but I didn't know it was called the Dollars trilogy.
Yeah, why? I mean, I guess the first 2 have the word dollars in it, and then they fucking gave up on the 3rd one.
It should have been called The Good, the Bad, and the Dollars.
Yeah, you can't blame us for this one. This is stupid. We're right, and that Clint Eastwood classic is wrong.
True. All right. I feel like Chip Cooper is messing with us here. I feel like that's not his real answer. Now, this next answer from Jip214 is an answer I can absolutely get behind. And it just says, Donkey Kong, the end.
Let's fucking go.
Let's go. Give me a banana keyblade. Let's go.
My coconut gun will fire in bursts. I'm all about it.
Yes.
Let's go.
Just make Goofy look like Lanky Kong.
Easy money. Easy.
That's printing money. Donkey Kong, very successful video game franchise.
Yes.
Bring it back, Nintendo.
Number 1. Let's go. And Pikmin. Those are my big 2 wants.
Yeah, sure, Pikmin's fine.
Yeah, all right, they can
Marxion says, I would probably say Final Fantasy XIV. I think the world and story could work with some Kingdom Hearts in the mix, and seeing the world in a non-MMO graphics would be really fun. I probably would use the Shadowbringers type, then base a Realm Reborn. I think it's not that interesting to let Sora go like 50 times to the Walking Sands XD. That's a Final Fantasy XIV reference, Pat, if you weren't sure.
Yeah,
I've played enough 14.
That someone's shadowing as him. Oh, where's there's more? Okay.
No, I was just gonna say I've played enough 14 to know what the Waking Sands is, and you have to go there a lot.
Completely missed that. But I was gonna say I think we need to let Bio know that someone is shadowing as him on Discord on your Discord.
Marxion, actually a Bio's alt.
Yeah. Yeah.
And our last answer, besides yours and mine, of course, is from KH Waterblock. Shout out to KH Waterblock.
Yeah, shout out.
Makes some really sick Minecraft things and has a lot of collections. Kingdom Hearts collections.
Yes. Helped me a lot with the Wayfinder project as well. He helped me identify some music tracks there. So yeah, shout out to Waterblock.
Yeah. Did you ever hear the story of Jason thinking Water KH and KH Waterblock were the same person?
It's so fucking weird that there are two people with that in their name, and they're both in the community. I mean, it happens a lot around here, you know?
Yeah.
I think I've heard inklings of the story, but I don't blame it, because I'm sure I thought the same thing at some point.
It's not really that funny of a story, other than Jason's rarely wrong about things. I'm usually the dunce.
Right.
And we were on Twitch, and Water KH came in before we really knew him, and was just like, hey guys, and then I was like, yo guys, it's Water KH, because I knew of him, and Jason said, yeah, he makes some really cool Minecraft stuff. And I was like, no dude, that's KH Waterblock. That's the other, and Jason tried to like fight me on it. And then Water was just like, no, that's KH Waterblock.
The man himself is here, he can testify. That is not I.
Yeah, so nice job, Jason. Anyway, KH Waterblock says, I'm not one for these kinds of crossover pictures, so if I had to say anything, it'd be Harry Potter or something silly like that. I feel like this question is a lot harder than it really seems, mainly due to the fact that when I usually hear these, I have to sit down and think of scenarios in my head to match the enemy stuff. I feel like only some franchises would work well with it. As for my actual answer, it has to be a one-off film, I believe, so I'm going to go with one of my favorite games, Sphinx and the Cursed Mummy.
Oh my god.
With the evil god set as the main villain, they could somewhat incorporate how he gets obsessed with power and the darkness would overtake him. Teaming up with Sphinx at times outside his castle and the mummy tut inside, I feel like it would give you a diverse range of locations and boss opportunities.
Yeah, that's shocking, because I have played Sphinx in the cursed whatever it is. It doesn't sound like I have, because I couldn't name the title, but I have played that game back in the day. Yeah, why not? Throw it on in. What was the thing before that? Before Sphinx?
The Final Fantasy 14.
No. After that, but before Sphinx. It was like the same
Donkey
person.
Kong?
No, after that. The same person who was answering with the Sphinx thing. There was something right before that I wanted to say.
Oh, they said Harry Potter.
Oh, yeah, no way. I don't like Harry Potter. just want to throw it out there.
Dude, I don't like Harry Potter either.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Gosh.
Listen, I haven't seen Lord of the Rings. I haven't seen Harry Potter's. Yeah, we're best friends now. Yep.
So this is the part of the buddy cop movie where we shake hands and then it plans a sequel.
Yeah, we're probably right before the post-credit scene right now. The credits are about to roll. Yeah.
Yeah, and we're just like, all right, and then something funny happens at the end.
Yeah, you trip and fall, and I laugh at you.
And then you're like, what an asshole. Anyway, Pat, what's your answer for this question?
Fuck, I forgot that I was... let me think. Full House. That's my answer.
Okay, all right.
Uncle Joey party member, Dark Michelle boss fight where she clones herself. That's my answer. Yes.
Really? You wouldn't fight Kimmy Gibbler?
Oh yeah, actually, Kimmy Gibbler boss fight. No, yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, thank you, Mike.
Yeah,
what would I do without you? Yeah, Kimmy Gibbler boss fight.
Probably spent 2 hours of your night doing something completely different.
Anything else? Yeah.
My answer. I didn't really think of an answer either.
Yeah, that's tough.
I'm gonna say, I really like the Donkey Kong answer because obviously I'm a big Donkey Kong freak. But I'm gonna go Chrono Cross.
Okay, that's square too, right?
Yep, that's square because people always say Chrono Trigger is best, and actually Chrono Cross is best. So there we go.
Cross is the PS1 one, right? And then Trigger is the SNES
Super
one.
Nintendo.
Yeah.
And it's not a sequel, but it is.
Right. Okay.
It's based in the same world, but it's and people always say,
we're ranking that high.
Yeah, that's gonna be number one, honestly.
Yeah, fuck it. Donkey Kong has been displaced. This is a Square property. Let's get it in there.
Pat, dude, thank you for doing all this. This went a lot longer than I thought it was going to.
No, listen, we're setting records here, baby. It's a big day for us here.
Right.
No, it was a lot of fun. I'm glad that I got to. I really dipped my toes into the podcast empire here because I never had to co-host a feature length. This is really an accomplishment.
Big for you, man. This is big.
Yeah, that's going right on the resume.
I do have to pick a question of the week for next week, but I'm not really sure. Let's see our suggestions here. We got which game in the series is the most or least comprehensible and woke?
I don't know. We got to save that for a rainy day, I think, because as soon as people start forgetting about the comprehensible and woke of it all, that's when you bring that back.
Right. Yeah, we don't have enough cereal consumption.
No cereal.
Which KH character would win in the Hunger Games?
I kind of like that.
If you were a KH character, what would some of your battle quotes be?
That's fun.
We've done a similar.
Yeah.
But like I said, we've had a lot of episodes. We're redoing it.
Yeah,
All right.
I think that's ripe for answers.
Pat, since you're probably not going to be on the podcast next week,
Right, I would hope not.
do you want to throw a couple battle quotes at people?
Yeah, let's see. I would say, okay, if I was like in the midst of a battle, I'd be like, make sure to watch the video all the way through. Like, I'd say something like that. Like make sure you watch all 4 minutes of the video, Roxas. Something like that.
When you die, it'd be like, but I didn't know she bonked him on the head.
Yeah, yeah, something like that. Like, comment, and subscribe. Pledge to me on Patreon. Yeah. Easy money.
I like it, dude.
Yeah.
It's incredible. Anyway, dude, thank you for coming on and co-hosting with me today in short notice, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Loved it.
Guys, if you have not subscribed to Regular Pat on YouTube, what in the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. Come on.
Be like DP Grant and change your mind on Regular Pat. Don't be a hater.
That's right. Be a helper. Yeah. Change. Convert.
Right.
No more hate. More help.
Yeah.
And, you know, for all of you listeners out there who fucking haven't hit the subscribe button on the SpikeGhetti Bros, stop fucking freeloading and hit the button. What are you doing? I know there are people out there who just, oh, it's another episode. They'll even manually search it and they don't hit the button.
That's
you know
insane.
you're coming
No
back
one
every
does
fucking
that.
week.
No one
Smash
does
it,
that.
bro.
That is insane.
I don't know. Listen, we're talking a lot about fanfic today, right? So I'm just continuing the train there.
You're definitely fanficking there. Anyway, dude, it's a pleasure as always. We'd love to have you on for the trifecta when Jason's feeling better too, so he could do the perfect cell voice for you.
Thank God, thank God. The feeling is mutual. I had a lot of fun. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, guys, go subscribe to Regular Pat. Follow him on Twitch. Subscribe on Twitch.
Yeah.
Fuck it. And go to his Patreon and just throw money at this man because he deserves it.
Yeah, come on.
He's waiting for you to throw money at him. Like
I'm waiting. I got my arms spread out.
Just give him the money.
That's the perfect comparison, Mike. May your heart be your guiding key.
I mean, the guy played Kingdom Hearts with his feet, for Christ's sake. All right?
I basically am a sex worker at that point. Yeah, you know what? I take it back. You're completely right.
All right, Pat, you did it already, but I'm gonna let you give a good try at it. All right.
All right. Here we go. Yep.
You know what to say, right?
Of course.
All right.
I know how to cop it off too. Okay. Ready?
All right, guys. We will be back I'll be back next week with Jason. Thank you so much for listening and watching. Pat, hit him with it.
May your heart be your guiding key. Now fuck off.
Thank you. You are a toy in Toy Story. What toy are you?
Okay.
That sounds more like an exercise than anything.
Yeah, that's like a thought experiment right there. I could get real philosophical with that.
What unexplained piece of current Kate storyline do you have a theory about that you can't find any info on or anyone else talking about or online? That's very specific.
Yeah. It's hard
Sorry, Nick.
Hard to think about any stone that's not been unturned at this point.
Didn't mean to dunk on Nick there. Which Kingdom Hearts character has the coolest and most badass fighting style?
Okay. Yeah, that's an idea.
If the characters were sports team owners, what would their team names be called?
Oh, way to alienate me on that one.
Yeah.
I'm definitely tuning out of the question of the week when that one comes up.
Which Cage
Sports?
character takes the biggest shits? Rank them from biggest to smallest.
Oh, yeah, that's easy.
Okay.
That's a
what
lot.
would the Cage characters do for a talent show?
I kind of like that too.
Who is your least favorite good guy character and why?
I mean, I feel like you're going to get a lot of Michaels and Jensen's on that.
That's an easy
Ericus, Ansem the White.
Diz.
Is this airing, by the way? is you picking the...
I usually cut a lot of this out when we're talking.
Gotcha. Because I was like, I don't remember them, talking about which one they were going to pick. So
usually I
I'm
just
not
read
sure.
a couple to Jason and he says, do that one.
Okay, gotcha.